Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Ohio. I grew up in Springfield, Ohio, went to high school there. I have a brother and sister. And I went to college in upstate New York. I went to law school in Michigan. And I practiced law briefly in Michigan. And then I went to Iowa where I had some family. And then I didn't like the cold in Iowa, so I moved to Florida in 1985 to this very island where I now live, Pine Island in Hernando County, Florida. And I'm a lawyer. Having health care to me is it's extremely important. I had cancer myself. I had cancer at the base of the tongue, and I had to have a series of radiation for 9 weeks. Again, extremely expensive, and very grateful that at that time I had health insurance for myself. Again, from some damage from the radiation that I had to have surgery on my back and neck that cost an exorbitant amount of money with a neurosurgeon, and thankfully had health insurance for that. And then my rule always was that my child would be insured, that I would not take any chances with my son's health care. So I always had health insurance for him, and he's had concussions and broken bones and cuts and, the things that kids have. Not horrible things, but again, grateful that I had health insurance so that when he went in for a concussion and they had to do, brain scans and all that stuff, which is very expensive, that I had health insurance that covered it. What changed for me with the Affordable Care Act is I'm 62 years old, and I've had cancer, as I mentioned, and neck surgery. And I'm quite confident that I ever stopped getting insurance before the Affordable Care Act went into effect. And I had a very difficult time getting insurance, number one. Number two, because of my age, my health insurance goes up dramatically every year. So the Affordable Care Act has made health insurance affordable to me. As I said, I have this law practice, but I'm not a wealthy lawyer. This is not a wealthy community in which I live. My health is not great. So I work just part-time some of the time. Sometimes I don't feel well, and I make $1 zillion. I don't make a lot of money. So that being true, health insurance costing $12,000 or $14,000 a year was more than my budget could handle. If I could talk to the Supreme Court, I would ask them to rule in favor of the Affordable Care Act because of the great help and relief it has provided to people like me and my son, other people I know.